Hello everyone. In the previous video, we learned about asexual reproduction. In this session, we will learn about sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is the combination of the reproductive cells from two individuals to form a genetically unique offspring. Sexual reproduction involves both male and female. The reproductive system of a sexually matured female will start producing female gametes or ovum, whereas the reproductive system of male will produce the male gametes called as the sperms. Both the male and female gametes will fuse with each other and will form a single cell zygote. This process of fertilization, that is, this process of fusion of male and female gamete in order to form a single cell zygote is called as fertilization. Later on, the single cell zygote multiplies, cells divides, and we get embryo. This embryo will later on develop into a fetus and then we'll get a baby. Sexual reproduction takes place in all cats, dogs, humans, and many more organisms. Reproductive system plays a major important role. So let us see the reproduction in humans, the first male reproductive system. Male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes which produces sperms. They are immature. These testes are located in a sac-like structure called as scrotum. These testes produces sperms which we also call them as the germ cells. Scrotum, which is located outside the abdominal cavity holding the testes in it, has the function of maintaining the temperature. The sperms require a little temperature lower than the body temperature, about 2 or 3 degrees less. The testes, apart from preparing the germ cells, also secrete hormones called as reproductive hormone. Name of the hormone is testosterone, which brings about changes in the boys during puberty. The testes produces immature sperms, which are transported to a long, highly coiled duct called as epididymis. This epididymis converts those immature sperms into maturing and later on transports them to the next tube, which is connecting to the next part of the male reproductive system, that is vas deferens. Epididymis function is to convert immature into mature sperms as well as to store and transport the sperms into vas deferens. Now, this vas deferens, it is a passage through which the sperms travels towards the urethra. Urethra is acting as a common passage for the sperms as well as the urine in human males. There are some glands which are present in male reproductive system and secretes a fluid we called as ejaculatory fluid. This fluid helps the sperms in transportation and provides nutrition. The penis, it is a portion of the reproductive system that delivers the sperms to the site of fertilization. Speaking of sperm, a sperm is divided into three parts: head, midpiece, and tail. Each part has its main function. Let us study it. Head is carrying the genetic information. Midpiece, it carries mitochondria, which is required for energy production, whereas the tail, which is acting like a flagella, helping in the movement towards the female germ cells. As you can see in the slide, here in this slide, you will be able to see the major parts of a male reproductive system: testes, scrotum, urethra, vas deferens, seminal vesicles, and a sperm is clearly seen. Females also show reproductive system with main parts: uterus, also called as uterus, where it is a muscular organ having a mouth, which we called it as cervix. This uterus is an organ which accommodates a growing fetus and can push the baby during labor. As the uterus is made up of strong muscles with great ability to expand and contract. The oviduct, also called as fallopian tube, connects the uterus to ovaries. These are called as fallopian tubes, and it is the actual site where the fertilization occurs. Two oval-shaped organs lie on the upper right and left side of uterus. They develop and releases eggs into oviduct. These eggs are called as the female germ cells. These particular part also secrete a reproductive hormone. These ovaries secretes a hormone called as estrogen. This estrogen is responsible for bringing about changes in the girls during puberty. When a baby girl is born, the ovaries already contain thousands of immature eggs. These egg remains inactive, but on reaching puberty, usually one egg is released every month by a woman's ovary. As the reproductive growth begins at puberty, some of these eggs starts maturing. You can see over there, this is the reproductive system of a female, showing three major parts. On maturing, the egg is released from the ovary every month. The uterus of all females prepares itself every month to receive a fertilized egg. Thus, its lining becomes thick and spongy. This particular lining is ready now to receive the fertilized egg. But if it is not fertilized, then the egg, together with the lining and the mucus, will not be needed anymore. So the lining slowly, steadily breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. You can see over there, it is slowly, steadily getting discharged from the vaginal section. Now, this cycle, it takes place roughly every month and is known as menstruation. It usually lasts for about 3 to 5 days. The sperms enters through the vaginal passage, travels upwards and reach the oviduct. Carefully, children. You can see in this particular slide, the sperms using the flagella like appearance tail are encountering the egg and are fertilizing it to form a zygote. This zygote will slowly travel till the uterus and will form a ball of cells called as blastocyst. The zygote begins to divide and forms a ball which we call it as blastocyst. This blastocyst will travel the whole fallopian tube and will implant itself in the wall of the uterus. Here you can see the ball has already implanted itself. Yes. Then this blastocyst will slowly develop into an embryo. This embryo will get all its nutrients and oxygen from the mother's blood through the umbilical cord. You can see over there in the image, an umbilical cord is being shown. From 9 months onwards, the baby is ready to take birth. The humans, they follow a particular type of fertilization. Yes, children, there are two types of fertilization. One is external and second one is internal. Fishes, frogs, they show external fertilization, whereas horses, crocodiles, cats, we humans, we follow internal fertilization. What is the difference between them? The difference is that the fusion, that is the fertilization, it occurs outside the body in case of external fertilization. Yes, both male and female releases their gametes outside the body and the fertilization occurs over there, outside the body. Frogs and fishes, they lay their eggs and sperms in water, and fertilization occurs in water, whereas in internal fertilization, the sperms, they require water, otherwise they will get all dried up and the fertilization will not occur. You can see in this image there are two girls, Eva and Emily, both desired for children. Emily recently was blessed with a baby and happily living since then. Eva wants a baby but is having problem with her reproductive system. Can you guys suggest a scientific technique which will help Eva to get pregnant? Well, children, the answer to this technique we will learn it in the next video. Stay tuned.